Hello kids, welcome back again to our video lessons in science subject. We are now in quarter 4, week 1 and 2. The reference that I am using from science links can be found on page 150. Your teacher, Mr. Ray D. Monticello. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to enumerate the following plants that live on land or in water. Please prepare the following: your ball pen and paper. This is a sample worksheet paper that you are going to use. In this video class, you will be learning the lessons about plants that live on land or in water, and also habitats and their adaptation. These lessons can be found on page 150. Plus, plants exist in different sizes and colors, but most of them share similar characteristics. They are found almost everywhere, living and surviving in different environmental conditions. Plants also adapt to their environment for survival. Survival means the struggle to remain living and the ability to cope with the demands of the living environment or natural habitat. There are certain conditions that plants need in order to live and survive. These conditions are: number 1, plants must compete with other plants for light, water, air, and soil. Number 2, plants need to compete with humans and animals for two reasons. Number 1, plants are potential food sources, and humans and animals can make the environment where they live not fit for them. Number 3, the physical environment itself may be unfriendly or inadequate to meet the plant's needs. Specialized structures of terrestrial and aquatic plants. Desert plants. The desert is a very dry and often hot place for plants to live in. In this type of habitat, the plants are exposed to extremely hot temperature and drought conditions. Winds are often strong, soil is often sandy or rocky and unable to hold much water. There is a lot of direct sunlight shining, and the rest of the year is very dry. But still, some plants can adapt to this kind of environment condition, just like the following plants. Number 1, we have cacti. Number 2, we have desert ironwood plant. Next, temperate grassland or prairie plants. Temperate grasslands or prairie plants are exposed to two kinds of weather conditions: the hot summers and cold winters. Rainfall is uncertain, but drought is common. Its soil is extremely rich in organic materials, which in turn enriches the soil. Other special features of adapting toward its natural habitat are as follows. They have soft stems and enable grass to bend with the wind. Prairie grasses have narrow leaves that lose less water. Some prairie leaves have thick bark to resist fire. Grass is green pollinated. Next, we have tropical rainforest plants. In this type of habitat, plants can grow rapidly and quickly using organic materials left behind by decomposing plants and animals. Their adaptations are characterized as follows. Number 1, some plants climb and or grow on other plants to reach sunlight. Number 2, plants have shallow roots to help capture nutrients from the soil. Number 3, trap roots help support plants in the shallow soil. Number 4, drip tips and waxy surfaces of leaves help shed excess water. Number 5, last but not the least, flowers on the forest floor are designed to lure pollinators. Next, we have temperate rainforest plants. The temperate rainforest plants receive a lot of rainfall. The dominant plant species seen in this type of habitat are the large evergreen trees. Trees can grow very tall in this very moist environment. Cool temperatures lead to a slow decomposition, but some of them live on other plants to reach the sunlight. These plants are called epiphytes. Mosses and ferns tap other plants to reach sunlight. Temperate deciduous forest plants. A temperate deciduous forest is made up of layers of plants that depends on certain factors such as climate, soil, and the age of the forest. Fallen dry leaves, twigs, and other dry plants parts usually cover the ground, decompose, and help add nutrients to the topsoil that make the plants healthier. Many trees have thick barks to protect against the cold weather. Wildflowers grow on the forest floor while deciduous trees chop their leaves to minimize water loss. Next, we have tundra plants. In tundra habitat, plant life is dominated by mosses, grasses, and sedges. A little plant diversity is seen due to a year-round cold temperature. Mostly, tundra plants are low-growing covered with hair-like structures and are seen in clumps to help conserve heat. They are dark in color, mostly red, which helps them absorb heat from the sun. They are usually small and low. Next, we have taiga plants. The taiga habitat is mostly dominated by conifers, most of which are evergreen. It has cold winters and hot summers. The soil is acidic and the minerals are poor. The shape of many coniferous trees helps shed heavy now to save branches from breaking. Many trees have needle-like leaves with waxy coating that prevent excessive water evaporation. Next, we have aquatic plants. Many aquatic plants can survive with minimum water supply. The dead or dried out plant's materials is sufficient enough for a new plant to grow once water is available. Many are able to live for an extended period of time and wait for the opportunity to grow using their seeds and spores. Others use animals like birds and insects for pollination to take place. Okay class, I hope that you have learned something in our lessons. For your first activity, answer on your paper, enumerate the following plants that live on land or in water. You have to answer 1 up to 8. For your second activity, just identify each statement, answer directly on your paper. You have to answer 1 up to 6, read and understand. For your activity 3, it is explanation. Use your paper to answer. You will be given 2 points each. You have to answer 1 up to 4. Always remember class, keep your paper worksheet activities and pass it on the next submission every Monday. Video lesson has ended class. Thank you for listening and goodbye.